So now that we talked about what is true sciatic pain, ask me your question again because I totally missed it.
Just like if it was from like pinched nerves or
Okay.
like, or how do you, because it's probably not true sciatic pain, but I just have like pain in my butt and all down, like my hamstring.
Yeah.
I've had it like since May, but I still, it's whatever, but it doesn't, it's not going away. So does adjustment work, or is there stretches, or like I've done some stretching or whatever, and it's just on the one side, but it's not part of my toe.
Doesn't go to your toe. Doesn't go past your knee.
It's like to my knee, basically.
Like right to your knee.
Basically,
Yeah. That's pretty classic, like low back kind of stuff. Now, whether or not it's low back because of muscle or low back because of bone, I couldn't tell you. But what we do see a lot in my office is people get this pelvis set up where basically the pelvis doesn't work right and it starts to shift a little bit when you run, and it's not supposed to. It's supposed to function like a foundation. You can pound on it all day and it won't go anywhere. If you do the right kind of injury, you trip and fall or jar at one time, it kind of starts doing this when you run, it'll start to actually give a little bit of inflammation through there that the nerve will pick up on, and you'll get that pain. So, same kind of presentation, not as extreme as if it is a pinched nerve with a disc and stuff, but it's totally case by case. Okay. What other questions do we have?
Do you recommend, Tom, like as far as avenues, as far as like body maintenance? I mean, obviously about tightening muscles, like is there things you recommend as far as getting in the habit of doing?
Yeah.
To help keep that, muscular structure kind of.
There are basically a few things that I recommend doing to almost everyone in my office. One of them is called the posture break. And what it does is brings your head back up over your shoulders again, so that when you go out and run, you can actually achieve that posture. I do obviously recommend getting adjusted. That's kind of what I do. Sometimes there are certain cases where people can try and they can stretch and they can try to reposition their head and change their posture as much as they want. If the bones actually don't make this motion to get your head back up over your shoulders, then you'll still be stuck. So I have seen plenty of times in my office where people actually have to get adjusted before they can achieve the proper form of posture. It's not every time, and it's not every case. But there are times where people have been here for so long that they have to get adjusted to get this posture even achievable in their body. Okay, so I do recommend some stretches like this where you actually stretch out your chest and bring your head back up over your shoulders and get this ear right here. That makes it so that you're actually able to run with proper form. If you find that you still can't do that while doing these body maintenance kind of activities, then probably you need a little more help. You have a question?
Yeah, have you found that overall body flexibility can be improved by chiropractic adjustments? Like I've been told that I'm really tight. I have really tight hamstrings, really tight calves. You ever find that somehow connected to being not adjusted correctly?
Yes and no.
Thank you.
So, right, I find that overall body flexibility is more improved by yoga than adjustments, but I think that overall nervous system ability to control your body is improved by chiropractic adjustments. So if the reason that all your muscles are just a little too locked down and tight is because your head's screwed on too tight on top of your neck, then yeah, we can adjust you, and now you're able to actually relax and actually control your muscles in a relaxed state. But I don't think that me adjusting you like this one bone or this one position is going to make your entire body.
I didn't realize that.
Okay.
Massage is pretty nice for that.
Massage is nice.
I can say that
I recognize you.
foam rollers are nice if you can't afford massage every time you run, which
Right.
most people can't.
Okay. Yeah, now typically what I see, people that are just globally entire body, not just legs, not just arms, but legs, arms, back, everything's really stiff and tight. Usually I recommend, if they need adjusted, I recommend adjusting. If they don't need adjusted, I obviously don't put them through that. And then typically like a yoga. The issue here is that the more flexible your body is, the more resilient it will be for impact and injury.
You have to be certain flexibility to be able to do yoga.
I would start with P90X yoga just for the fact that they give you like 4 choices right there. So isn't the guy with the one leg in the PIX yoga? He's out there doing it, and I'm like, if he can do it, I'm on it, you know. So there's always choices in yoga. You don't have to do the extreme end of like what the instructor who's been doing it 20 years does, but any flexibility is better for you. Okay. What else?
But you just dying to ask.
So when you go, this isn't injury prevention, this is post-injury, get back into it again stuff.
Okay.
But you were saying you slowly go back in and you're looking for kind of no feeling at all that stands out. Is that what you mean by no pain?
Basically, that's what I mean.
Like you're not going, I can feel that spot that was injured, but it's not pain yet, so maybe I'll try running on it. No, you want to not even feel it at all?
That would be my preference, yes. I would really rather not. So say that I have my right knee is the thing that really is injured and really bothers me. I take a couple weeks off. I ice it like crazy every night. Do one of these on the couch, you know, resting my knee, icing it, raising it, getting all the information out I can. And then I go back to running again. I should basically not be aware that my right knee is more prominent in my mind than my left. And that would be my just optimum choice if I had to choose. If anything though, you have a little tiny pain when you run, and this is kind of more back to his question, but if you have a little tiny pain when you run, and you get done and you're just good, you don't need to ice again, and you don't feel all that setting up, and you're limping, none of that's happening, then probably you can do about what you did, but not much more. Okay?
So just go really slow back into it.
The slower you come back into it, the better your outcome is going to be.
You gotta quit before it really hurts, so you won't.
Right?
Which is
You always
harder
be tempted to go a little bit further.
You'll always be tempted to go further
This is
and harder.
working,
Yeah.
but you'll have to be willing to quit before it's too late. Before you
Right, especially if you're running, because you can get that runner's high and that adrenaline kick in the middle of just a normal workout, and then you'll be less sensitive to pain again. And if that happens, then you're gonna just push through it, and you get your second wind, and you love it, and there you go, you're injured again. Right. Okay. What other questions? Go ahead.
Do you think there's any inherent danger in using like the barefoot shoes, the minimal shoes, like the Vibrams or the racing flats? I mean, I hear a lot of people that complain that they get injured running those. Do you think that's just them using bad form with them, or is there inherently issues?
You know, I kind of go with the philosophy that we were made that way. So the more minimalist you can get to personally, the better, but you have to work into it. Now, I think what I see a lot is people are like, oh yeah, I've run in a Cayano or a Brooks for years and years. Now I bought these Vibrams and I just ran 5 or 6 miles in them. That's guaranteed gonna hurt you. Because you're used to just a completely different form, a completely different style, and you're used to a different platform that you hit on every day, and all of a sudden you go to almost nothing. You know, so I don't think there's an inherent danger in barefoot running or minimalist running. I think there's an inherent danger in the American way of thinking that we think we can do it instantly, and so we switch our shoe and we got new shorts and we got new shirt and new shoes, and boom, we're out the door. 5 miles on the barefoot shoes, and then you can't walk the next day. Basically what it is people are just a little too impatient, and barefooting and minimalist running is really, really time consuming. You're gonna have to work into it. So I think there's just as much danger in like some of your really high-end shoes that give you too much cushion and give you kind of a false sense of security. What else? All right, good. If there's no other questions, then we're going to go ahead and close tonight. You can stick around at the end, and we can do a couple of planks if you want, so that you know how to do them. And then go home and practice planks all to your happy little content. Okay, thank you very much for coming tonight.